Hi there, it's Lisa from LisaJeffs.com. All right, so this is a message that I think is really, really important because I see it all over. And in the last 2 weeks, I've seen it in me. Actually, today, I've really self-reflected a lot and seen myself doing this. So I've always said, and I have a lot of clients who are extremely driven. They're highly driven. They're business owners. They are leaders. They are driven by success, by impact. And they are so critical of themselves. They are critical on what they produce into the world. And I've known that I've been critical of myself in the past, and I thought I was getting a lot better, and I am getting a lot better. But I have to admit, the past couple weeks, what's been going on is I've been having some serious creative resistance. So I have some creative projects that I want to complete that I am actually quite passionate about, but I've been really resistant. It's almost like I feel like it's pulling teeth. And I've reflected enough to understand that it's because my business is getting to a point where it's expanding. And starting April, which is tomorrow, there's going to be a lot more advertising in it. There's going to be a lot more marketing going into it. And I'm pretty sure this resistance is coming from a fear of success. Even though it might be mainly subconscious fear, it's coming out. And I've been very resistant. But what's really been keeping me resistant isn't so much the resistance. It's me being critical of that resistance. So how does that show up? So it shows up in me, paying attention to, I was supposed to do this 2 weeks ago. It's still not done. It's still on my to-do list. I haven't taken it off. Not that I really like to-do lists. I put everything on a calendar. It's still there, and I'm still staring at it, and it's like, why am I having this such a issue with completing this task? And I've really been kind of beating myself up over it. Not even so much consciously, but on a very almost like conscious, unconscious level. I've been hard on myself, and I see this so often, especially with these driven leaders and success-minded people, high achievers. We are just so critical of ourselves, and it's like, why are we so critical? It's the criticalness, it's the being critical, it's the critical part that really shuts down that creativity. You cannot be creative, motivated when you're beating yourself up for something. Am I right? Who is in a creative space when you are beating yourself up over not doing something creative? Like, it just doesn't. It's when we release that crap, when we release it and just kind of allow ourselves to go through that stuff and understand that's just a part of life. Like, I like to think of it as we're all kind of fucked up. We're all fucked up. And when we can take that on as it's not a hindrance, it's just human nature. It doesn't mean that we're bad people. It doesn't mean that at all. It means we all have our issues, we deal with it, and we grow and we move on. So when you can laugh about it, like literally today in the morning, I was very resistant, and I was kind of just moping around, and it was just a yucky, stale, heavy energy. And when I finally said, I am not going to spend my day beating myself up over this thing that's not completed. And I just kind of laughed about it, like, oh my God, like I've literally haven't completed this task in 2 weeks. It's still here. Like, what the hell? Like, I went down a rabbit hole of resistance and just kind of laughed about it and took it like, whatever. Like, tomorrow's a new day. Already, I am feeling like, all right, I'm actually kind of, I can sit down and totally work on it. In fact, I'm planning on working on it after I videotape this. So when you can laugh about it and not take yourself so darn serious, like, okay, like, whoop-de-doo, it didn't work out. So this was a total flop. Okay, you haven't done that. You said you're going to do it 3 months ago. Just laugh about it. No big deal. Carry on. It's not the end of the world. You're not going to, fall off a cliff. It just makes things so much lighter and really allows that creative energy to flow back in you, because that critical energy, that feeling guilty for not doing something, for whatever it is you're feeling guilty for, that is like a weight on you. And that is what is really keeping you stuck in that, stuck in the position where you feel like you can't, you feel like you can't get out of it, but you can. So my encouragement to you is just don't take yourself so serious. It's really not that serious. I don't care what it is. If you're driven, you're a high achiever, you are, you're going to get out of this. So you might as well get out of it now instead of waiting, how many more weeks or months. Laugh about it. It's not that big of a deal. Okay? I'm just taking it like 1 minute by 1 minute, and whatever. It's going to get done. I'm going to do it. I need to stop, put things into perspective, right? So that's just my encouragement for you today, is just be easier on yourself. Don't be so critical. It's not that big of a deal. Whatever it is you're beating yourself up over, let go. That's it. And I will talk to you soon. Ciao.